Good morning, everybody, and thank you for being here, and thank you, Sal and Triscom, for the invitation. This morning, we are going to talk about family businesses, which constitute more than maybe 60–70% of the businesses in the region here. I have with me Mr. Adib, and I think Sal did an excellent introduction. But I would like you to do a bit more elaboration on your role. And also, as per our discussion outside, you were telling me that we don't actually have family offices. We do have family businesses in the country. So please go ahead.
No, thank you, Raji, and thank you for CARE event for inviting me today to speak about Dubai Center for Family Business and what the government is doing to support family businesses in Dubai. So my name is Adib Rashid. I am the director of the Dubai Center for Family Business, which is an entity that works under the umbrella of Dubai Chambers. And the main objective of the center is to ensure the continuity and sustainability of family businesses in Dubai. The center was established by decree from His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid to support family businesses. And it was launched in May 2023 by His Highness Sheikh Maktoum. Which shows the importance that the leadership of Dubai gives to Dubai family businesses because they constitute the backbone of the economy. They contribute significantly to the GDP. They employ over 70% of the workforce in the Emirate. So their continuity and sustainability is very crucial to the success and growth of Dubai economy. So what we do in the center is basically try to, first of all, raise the awareness about the issues facing family-owned businesses in Dubai, ensure that families are able to understand these risks, and develop proper structures to ensure the continuity and growth for their firms, their companies. In addition to that, also we try to help families develop and train the next generation family business leaders to be able to take their future roles as leaders of their own family businesses and ensure that we act as the voice of the family business community in Dubai by listening to their challenges and try to find ways to help them, whether through improvement of legislation or reduction of fees and so on. So we work closely with all the government entities to sometimes modify some of the legislations. We work closely on the the latest family business law that was issued 2 years ago. We worked also with the Dubai courts on the Dubai Family Business Dispute Resolution Committee legislation as well. So that's our main objective, basically.
Thank you. And what about the difference between a family office and a family business?
Yeah. So in our region, family office is still, a new concept. So not a lot of families have established family offices. We still have what we call an embedded family office, which usually the family business acts as an impromptu, family office for the family. However, the framework and the legislative ecosystem is available, and we see a lot of international family offices coming to Dubai and setting up, whether in the DIC or other free zone areas. So, for example, I think the latest figures at the DIC, we have almost over 1,200 family offices established in the DIFC. Some of them are from the region and some from international families as well. So the family businesses in the region still prefer to work under the umbrella of their holding company or the businesses that they operate, and they are now starting to think of establishing family offices to take care of the private investments or private affairs of the family, to try to separate between ownership and management, or the family issues and the business issues, to ensure that there is proper governance and the roles between them are clear.
Fantastic, thank you. And As we mentioned at the beginning, family businesses constitute a lot of the country's economy. So are you seeing an improvement on adapting governance in these businesses? I mean, how is it evolving, and is the entrance of international family businesses in the area improving, adapting of governance in the family businesses as we see?
No, absolutely. I think the whole ecosystem and knowledge and awareness that has been built over the past few years helped family businesses understand these challenges, understand the risks that are involved, and start to develop certain structures, whether on the business side or on the family side. So we see a lot of families now starting to develop, family constitutions, adopting governance frameworks on the corporate side as well, including, establishment of boards structures. Sometimes also inviting independent directors on their board, which is, not many families prefer to do, but now they are starting to see the value of having an independent, director on their board to grow their businesses, to ensure transparency, to ensure, the management is accountable and so on.
Actually, that was my second question. So is it mandatory for family businesses to have independent boards yet, or is it in the pipeline?
It's not mandatory, it's optional, but more and more families are seeing the value of having an independent board member on their board, and they start maybe sometimes with an advisory board without voting rights, and then once they're comfortable, once they understand the value, they start to bring them in as full board members. Yeah.
I think a pressure would be put also if these family businesses are looking for international investors, then that would be a requirement for an international investor who wants to go into and start investing in these businesses.
Yeah.
My second question is confidentiality and transparency. We know that private businesses do not publish anything related to their financials, to anything that is part of their business, unless the PRs and stuff like that. So how is that handled within the private sector? And do you see it's improving and companies are starting? And we see lots of companies, for example, when it comes to ESG reporting, they are doing ESG reporting. They are declaring their carbon emissions and they're declaring their initiatives. But as in governance in general, are they looking at that, and how are they managing to balance between the confidentiality and the transparency and reporting?
So confidentiality protects the family and the business. Transparency protects the system as a whole. And successful families that are able to balance between the confidentiality and transparency are able to have a structured and tiered approach to what can be shared, right? So once you clarify the roles between the family, the owners, and the business, you are able to identify what can be shared with whom, right? So family business are a system that is composed of actually three systems: the family system, the shareholders system, and the business system. And what successful families do is they create governance structures and committees and frameworks that clarifies these roles and the boundaries between each system, and identify what can be shared with each system separately, yeah, and make sure that there is forums to communicate these information to them. Now, external information is shared based on specific requirements. Now, because it's a private company, or family businesses usually are private, the information that's shared externally is very limited. It's not, they don't have any requirement to share any information outside. So that in terms of transparency, as long as you have these forums and clear communication frameworks and the information flow, you protect the system, you protect the family, you ensure that there is no conflict and there is no ambiguity on the role of each person and what they need to know.
Yeah, and I think also what would support this is the regulations that are coming out. I will talk about, for example, environment and the carbon accounting, the carbon register that was created recently, and everybody who is emitting more than 500,000 tons need to go and register there and start putting plans. So this will drive companies to start looking differently in their approach of disclosure. I'll take you out from the questions that we agreed on. And I'll ask you, how would a proper governance in private sector support succession? And as we were discussing earlier with Sal, we had some hiccup in the region here because of succession. So how do you think governance would support a proper succession in the private sector?
You see, succession, in many cases, many families don't treat it as a process, they treat it as an event. So the founder would say, when I pass away, they will deal with it, or they can, split the wealth, they can manage their affairs. However, it should not be treated as an event, it should be treated as a process. So every family should, prepare the heirs for what's to come, how to manage the business. There is a saying in family business studies, it's not what you leave your kids that is important, it's what you leave in them. So you ensure that they are embedding the values that the family wants to continue, ensure that they agree on the direction of where the family wants to go, and they are all aligned with it. And they want to continue this legacy in the future, and ensure that everyone understands their role in this system in the future. So first of all, you need to have a proper structures and forums to discuss things between the family and between the shareholders and in the management forums. You have to have this clarity of what is going to happen with if one of the founders passes away, and who's going to replace them, and what is the process of selecting this person, and so on. And you need to have a clear process of training and developing and educating this next generation to be able to take the future role as leaders. You need to prepare them to be able to manage their wealth effectively and efficiently, so they are not dependent on the business, and they have the ability to also manage their affairs independently. So all these things need to be prepared in future, in advance, before the actual event happens.
And do you see the new generations coming into these family businesses looking or more keen in implementing governance in their companies better than their predecessors, fathers?
Absolutely. Actually, one of the things that we do in the center is we have multiple training programs for next generation family business leaders. So one of the our flagship program is done in collaboration with Mohammed bin Rashid Center for Leadership Development, and it is targeting the first line of succession. So those who are being prepared to be the future leaders. And it's a program to help them to be not just a business leader, but also a family business leader. So how to ensure that the family is united, they are aligned towards one vision, and they're able to work together as one team. The second program is targeted towards younger family members, those who are from the age 20 to 30, to help them understand their role as a family member in a family business system. How can I work with my siblings, or with I report to my father? How, if I am put in a position where I have to sit on a board seat, how to be an effective board member? If I want to start my own business, how to be an entrepreneur, and how to develop the business plan, and so on. So from our interaction, we trained almost over 200 family members so far over the past 2 years. And from my interaction with them, most of them are very eager to contribute and participate and be part of this legacy and continue the legacy of the family. They might not sometimes want to continue the same businesses, but they want to maybe create new ideas, create new businesses, enter new domains and new sectors, especially now with all the AI and technology revolution happening around us. Many of them come back with new ideas, and they want to modernize the business or introduce new technology platform or business. So they are adding a lot to the legacy, and also helping diversify some of the investment of the family businesses.
Fantastic, thank you. I'll ask you another question, then we'll open the floor for questions from the audience. So after all this, what is the gap that you see in governance that is not yet covered within the private, the family-owned businesses?
I think that the most significant gap is that many of the families, they believe they have everything set, but they have it maybe informally, right? So we have an informal agreement that who's going to take the leadership. We have informal agreement on how we will manage the business, and it's not written. And sometimes this creates a lot of challenges and issues. It's very important for them to make sure that everybody is aligned about this agreement. Everybody have similar, understanding of what do we mean by who's going to take the responsibility in the future, what are their roles and responsibilities, what are their limitations, when do they have to go back to the business, and so on. So it's very important for them to draft what we call a family charter or family constitution, to lay down these things clearly on a pen and paper, and ensure that everybody agrees to this and signs on it. And it's a live document. It does not have to be set on stone. You can modify it, but start with something and then develop it as you go along basically, and so ensure.
Thank you, Adib. That was great. Now we open the floor for questions. We have time for 2 questions. So any questions from the audience?
Hi to him. I was not asking the question, but give me the mic, so I'll still say something. I think I don't have a question, but it's just a remark on the significant work that Dubai Chamber of Commerce is doing quite a lot for the past 2 to 3 years for family businesses, how they're getting reformed, and it really hats off to our government, which is looking forward in making things happen. And the other 2, 3 verticals that the Chamber is working on are really significant, which is evolving and increasing the activities, economic activities within the country, and also regionally and internationally. So really hats off to you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Maybe I'll ask a question since the microphone's right here. So at what point do you feel governance actually inhibits the growth of the family performance? Because sometimes there's so many government structures put in place that the actual committees are not able to perform their business, or the company's not able to run in the way it used to be when it was single-led.
Yeah, so definitely. So when you have one patriarch or a founder, it's easy to take decision because he's the one who created the business. He knows every employee. He knows the suppliers, the vendors, and so on. So he takes decisions independently, and there is no one to report back to or to be accountable in front of. But when you have siblings or cousins working together, you need to have a system of collective decision making. But in order to be efficient, you need also to give authority to the people who are running the business, and enable them and empower them to take decisions independently within limits. Yeah. So in the whatever the family constitution or the family governance framework, you would identify what authorities does the management have to take independently, and when do they have to go back to the shareholders for significant investments. So if you, for example, divesting a subsidiary or maybe entering in a joint venture, or taking loans that will impact the owner's liability, then maybe you need to go back to the shareholders. But if you are maybe opening a new line of business within the strategy, growing into a new market or something like that, you don't have to go back to the shareholders because this is your power as the management to execute on the strategy that you presented and they approved it.
Thank you, Adib. For the sake of time, we'll need to start. Sal, you want to say something?
Just I would like to thank you very much, Raji, for this wonderful session, and Adib for being with us today. I mean, the whole concept of having this division at Dubai Chambers is unprecedented in the whole region. Do you think that you will be an example, or you will collaborate with other parties in the GCC and the broader Middle East to relay and to share your experience? Thank you.
Sure, we work closely with multiple players in this field in the region and internationally as well. So we work closely with Abu Dhabi Chamber, the Saudi Center, National Center for Family Business. We also work closely with international players like Family Firm Institute, Family Enterprise Foundation. We have MOUs with multiple banks and multiple entities in like DIC and so on. So we collaborate, and we are happy to share our knowledge and also learn from others as well.
Okay, thank you very much, Adib. That was a great, insightful session, and thank you, audience, and thank you, Sal.